Hello. I'm going to do a couple of test cuts with a Stanley Fatmax pull saw. I bought this at Home Depot. Actually, I didn't buy this at Home Depot. They sell them now. I bought this at Menards, which is a home center in my area. Home Depot, I think, sells the identical saw. It may be sold under the DeWalt name, because some of the DeWalt tools seem to be identical to some of the Stanley tools. They seem to be utterly identical, but they're branded with different brand names. So again, I don't know what mystery conglomerate they come out of, what mystery country they are manufactured in, or whatever. I usually like the DeWalt hand saws, the Western style ones, and very often they and the Stanleys will say made of components from the USA, but they may be assembled elsewhere. So it's kind of a double talk thing, but all I really care about is I go to the store and I get my money's worth on something. Okay, so we're going to see what this saw is and how it's being sold. And like I said, I don't have the DeWalt, and I think that's what Home Depot sells. I got this at the Stanley. It's from another home center called Menards, and it gives the appearance of a Japanese pull saw. It even says pull saw, but I'm going to tell you these are both cross-cut teeth, and one's just rougher than the other. So here's a piece of 1-inch thick oak. If you're just tuning in to this kind of video of my channel, I have other videos on saw tests, and you'll see that I'm being fairly consistent about the way I do this. This is 1-inch thick red oak, not the easiest stuff you're going to cut, but certainly something you would encounter a lot in a wood shop. So here's a cut, a cross cut. I'll see if I can go a 1/2 inch deep with the fine teeth. Any saw needs a starter cut. These jump around a lot. This saw jumps around a lot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strokes, maybe a half, maybe a little short. Probably needed 7. There's probably comfortably a 1/2 inch. 7 strokes. Let's try the rough cut teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strokes, big kerf, a lot of tear out. Probably could work with it with knife lines, but definitely tear out. Here's the Vaughan on the cross-cut side. Easy to start. 1, 2 is almost there. 3 is probably, it is lower than the other 2 cuts in 3 strokes, with, let me try to tell you, half of the effort, half the strength needed, half the fatigue. Here's an old Stanley toolbox saw. The new ones are very similar. This is probably 15 years old. It's a cross-cut saw, rough cut saw. Let's just see what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4, maybe 5 strokes to get a 1/2 inch deep. It probably was a half, but my Vaughan is lower, so it tricks the eye there. So that's just to show you an old saw. Yeah, what's the story with this saw? Let's try a few ripping cuts in 1-inch oak, and I'll try the bigger teeth. I guess a lot of people are going to think that's the ripping side because they're already used. They're already educated. The American public's already educated on pull saws, carpenters and such. They pretty much know these are ripped teeth. They should. And then these fine teeth are cross-cut teeth. So I think they're going to pick this saw up and think this is the ripped side. start. The teeth want to jump around. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 strokes, and I'm not even 3/4. I might be 3/4 of an inch deep. Trying not to have a heart attack here. Let's try the Vaughan on the rip side. Already started. 1, 2, 3. 3 strokes, and I'm a 1/4 inch lower than the Stanley in 17 strokes. I think the Vaughan on the cross-cut teeth would do even better than the Stanley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10, and I'm already an inch deep. So, what are we to say with this? What am I supposed to say about this saw? Will it cross-cut at all? Yeah, in a soft wood, maybe a 2x4, this saw could cross-cut. It's going to be very rough. I tried it, incidentally, in a 2x4, and the tear out was ridiculous. It just cracked and split and tore the wood up ridiculous. This saw, you know, it feels soft. Handle feels good, it's rubberized, got a screw connection. It's not a very long handle. See if you can see that. You know, it's 2 inches shorter than the Vaughan, but you know, it has the appearance of quality. It's like an apple tree that's just a big, beautiful tree and no apples, is what this is. This saw has enough material in it and effort put into it to be this saw. I wouldn't even use this saw for drywall. This saw is trash. This is what the home centers think you need. This is what Stanley thinks you need. I mean, honestly, we need to get mad. As customers, once in a while, we need to get mad and say, don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. Don't tell me this is a saw that I need. Don't give me a big pretty apple tree with no apples on it. I mean, honestly, this saw is 15 years old and cuts better in either mode, and it's only a crosscut saw in reality. Because a long time ago, the manufacturer said they don't need rip saws. What constructive insanity would cause a carpenter to rip something by hand? They don't need rip saws. Give them crosscut saws. Give them rough ones at that. And that's what they give us today. They don't need to sharpen a saw. What constructive insanity would cause somebody in his shop to sharpen his own saw? My God, give him one that they can throw away. Buy another one. And that's what you got to do with this saw. And that's what you got to do with this saw. You got to throw them away. It's waste in the extreme. I mean, customers, we got to get angry about this once in a while. We got to get people to listen to us and say, Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, Ace, whoever you are, don't tell me this is a saw that I need. Don't tell me that this is something you should sell and that I need. Stanley, we know you can do better. We don't expect you to be like you used to be, where your stuff was made in America and was nearly all of it was high quality. We know Stanley's going to be hit and miss. We know they're going to have products from all over the world and this, that, and the other, and they're trying to put something on the shelf that we can afford to buy, and on and on. We know all of that, but come on. Brand new saw.